Hello and welcome to episode 19 of Direwolf20's 116 mod pack. Alright, so we made some sweeping changes. Obviously we got rid of this crap. We still have... I need to go to the Nether and fix that. We've run out of lava. Or we're running out of... Have we run out or are we running out of lava? Because there was no more coming in. So now we got under... Oh no, it's still coming in. It's just very slowly. So we're not reliant on lava at all at this point in time. We have millions of RF. We also have 10 million RF over here, which is just going up. That's pretty cool. This one here is actually just in one mining world. And as you can see, it's going pretty quickly. Since we've had that, if you can have a look at just how much iron we actually have, that is insane. Absolutely brilliant. That is awesome. Also, our diamond situation is getting better. Look, 72. So yeah, that's quite cool. So the power that literally the entire output of this unit is going to the one builder, and it's in the mining world. It's mad, absolutely mad. So we've played with all of that. We've got all that working. We have the system up here, which I've upgraded. So I've upgraded it to a energized blazing. And as you can see, these things here take 1 million FE. And it's relatively quick. I mean, it's not the quickest it can be, but it is pretty quick. And underneath what we have is we have a buffer now. So we have 2 energy cells with 10 million RF each, and obviously we've got the flux network onto here, which fills these up and keeps them going. Now we're using, every time we go through this process, we're using 1 million FE. So the process will slow down. It's just right now we are blasting through, and as you can see, we're building the next reactor. So we're building the spirited reactor, which is the one that I tried to build earlier and didn't quite get around to. So yep, they're doing really well. I have moved or upgraded I've actually added the cables in this case. So I've added the spirited cables all the way through the system here. Every single one of these now is, except for this end few. Yeah, there we go. So there's 4 at the end that we're not using, but we have one thing in each of the furnaces from downstairs now. They're all up here, and we've also got the other one up here. So the uranite is up here. So now if we want to do it, if we want to make something complex, it's a lot easier because it's just doing, one of those machines is just doing 1 each. So this side here will be all of the thermal machines. That's what I've decided. We're going to have this thing in the center because there's not a lot we can do about this. It's got to be here. To be honest, I quite like it. It is ugly, but it works, and it works very well. So I'm happy with that. Over here, I think it's about time we had some mechanism. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to start our mechanism journey, and we're going to make some of the first mechanism machines. We're going to do that underground, so we're going to do that below ground here, just so that we can get started with it really. Mechanism, you know, once the machines are in place, it's great, but yeah, it's getting the machines in place. So let's get 2 of the very first metallurgic infusers. We also need a crafting unit because we're not going to do it up here. So we're going to get a crafting grid for downstairs and a crafting monitor for downstairs. We will eventually need liquids, so we will get those as well. So out to find, we'll get, there's our crafting grid, there is our storage monitor, No, there's our crafting monitor. We don't need the storage monitor at the moment. There is one other thing that we do need, and that is the fluid grid. So as you can see, now they're all simultaneously being used. So it makes the process a hell of a lot quicker. Yeah, and that should be done now. There you go. So yeah, much quicker, much nicer. And what we'll do is we will kill this, this, and this, and we will then just put in. Right, what we're going to want we're going to want the crafting monitor up the top. We're going to want the fluid grid underneath, and we'll have the crafting grid here. Perfect. All right. So we're going to use down here as a place to basically generate what we need and get started on our journey with Mekanism. Mekanism is huge, so it's you know, it's not going to be the biggest thing that we can actually do right now. However, you know, we're going to get started with it. So we've got these machines here, which are metallurgic infusers. Now these create the basic shit. So if we want to make steel, we need to make some, we need to make a couple of things, which is, where's the steel? Dirty iron dust, yeah, steel dust. Come on, where are you? Steel. Making me look bad. Oh, I can't remember, I can't even see the steel. It's got to be back there. It's in here somewhere. Right, there's osmium. So we've got osmium, we've got uranium if we want it. Refined obsidian, refined glowstone. So that's alright. There is a steel recipe in here, and I can't seem to find it. However, what we do want is we want the first machines. So the basic machines is the basic smelting factory. So we'll add that to our list. We have the basic crushing, enriching, compressing, combining, purifying, injecting, infusing, soaring. We don't need the soaring one. So yeah, the smelting one is obviously a really simple. It's just, it just cooks. So the energized smelter, which I think all the basic machines, yeah, there we go. So these are all the factories which you can do multiple lines of. So the enrichment chamber, the compressor, the combiner, the crusher. There's a digital miner which I wouldn't mind getting into because it's pretty awesome. Energized smelter. There's teleporters, there's electric pumps, there's rotary condensators and chemical oxidizers and diffusers and Christ knows what else. There are some really cool things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the factories off of our list for the moment, because the factories will be the next level up. That's when you start to generate a ton of stuff. Now the enrichment chamber, simple machine used to enrich ores into two of their dust counterparts, as well as perform many other options. Then you've got this one, which is a fairly advanced machine to compress osmium into various dusts in order to create the ingots. You've got the combiner, combine items. Then you've got a machine to use to crush ingots into their dust, which I think I've already got the enrichment there. The purification, so initial stage of 300% ore processing. Now I would say we'll start at the 300%, because we don't really want to start at 2 because we've already got 2. So let's do the 300. So we're going to do the 300%. So as such, we need a couple of things. We need infused alloy, which means we need redstone in here, and we need iron to create these little infused alloy things. Now we will automate these at some point. We're not going to do it immediately, but we will do it at some point. So where's some iron? Am I really that? See, I stopped automatically smelting the iron. So as such, we're running pretty low on it. So I'm going to take 32, stack that in there, and then put that in there. And then what we should get is, so there's the purification. Oh, I just took the purification chamber off. What an idiot. Purification, where is it? There we go. So the purification chamber, so we need 4 of those. We need 1 of these, which is a basic control circuit plus an infused alloy. So the basic control, so that's osmium. So we need redstone and osmium, and we're going to need quite a lot of them. So redstone and osmium. Grab a stack of that while we're here, and what we'll do is we'll shove that in there and we'll get that cooking as well. So we've got 4 right now. We're going to need a few more, because obviously this thing takes 4 here, 2, and then that's just a couple of those. So we've got 1 of those, we'll take another 1 of those, and then we'll go and check the recipe again. So we've got 1 plus 2 of those, so we need 4, which we can do here. So we'll do that like so. So we've got our 2 advanced ones. Now we need 4 plus an enrichment chamber, which is one of these. Now the enrichment chamber is a steel casing, so this is where we need to get steel for the first time. And to get steel, we need steel grit, or so we need coal in this and enriched iron. Enriched iron is coal and iron. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So this thing has got 22 left, so we'll get another, because don't get me wrong, it's nice to have like a couple of machines, or it's nice to have a machine for each one of these, purely and simply because it's just easier. So 2 stacks of coal and 2 lots of iron, or 1 lot of iron. We're gonna have to throw some more in. We really should put that in the crusher. Where's the iron at the moment? So we'll take that, the rest of that iron for the moment, because we can stick that in there and we can stick that in there. That will fill up the buffers, and then we can start that going. Got another few of those, another few of those, which is cool. So what I'll do is I'll go and throw, where are we going? We're going up and then down. So I will go and throw the iron into, actually we'll throw a couple of stacks of iron. Iron. So yeah, I'll get 2 stacks. We've got 2 two pulverizers here, so I'll stick 1 in there and we'll stick 1 in there, and then what you should see is the iron will still come in there. So this is still active, but these 2 were shut down. So I want to make sure that we have enough ore, like we're not wasting it, to be honest. That's what I want to try and do, because if we could get 3 times, or even 4, or even 5 times the amount of ore. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we'll take some of this enriched stuff and we'll throw it into here, and this should create our steel dust, and then we should be able to smelt the steel, and then we should be good. So if we go and get a energized smelter, we need a steel casing with an osmium ingot and some glass. So most of Mekanism's recipes rely on steel, which makes sense. Alright, let's grab that and we can put that in there as well. Alright, so there are a lot of upgrade options. So we can go to upgrades. You drop the upgrades in there. It supports speed and energy and muffling and all that kind of stuff. So there's some really cool features in here. Redstone, it tells you how much it's using. The transporter config, whether it's strict or not, etc. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's some really cool stuff. It really is. So with this, what we're going to do is we're going to say that the infused types, or the infused types can't eject. Really? But the output is on right. So does that mean that we can input on there? Yeah, it says input there. Oh, auto eject. There we are. So if we go back, look, as you can see, that would be cool if we could auto eject that. So auto eject on. There we go. Now that's filling up. So what we've done is we're ejecting into this to produce the steel. So that means that I just need to fill this up now, and it will automatically eject into there and then create the steel for us. Right, I'll collect the rest of these things, so they're quite cool. Right, we should. Do we have enough steel to smelt that? Yeah, we do. We have enough. Alright, so we need a furnace of some sort. The easiest furnace that we can go for is one of these, because that's going to cook up quite quickly. All it's going to do is smelt a couple of things and then put that together. But because we split all the smelters out now, that will greatly increase the speed at which this gets made. And it's done. Sweet. Alright, so we'll put that here, and what we'll do is we'll shove that in there. So it doesn't matter what machines you use, just as long as it gets smelted, it's fine. Alright, one more. Or it should be one more, should I say. There we go. Okay, so we've made an advancement, obviously. And what we're going to do is we're going to create one of these. And then we are going to create, hopefully, one of these. There we go. And then a purification chamber. Boom. Alright, so we're going to put the purification chamber down here. So the purification chamber requires another, I can't remember what it requires. It requires something. Where's the book? So there's like a library, isn't it? Dictionary, there we are. Alright, so one of those and a book. So let's get ourselves a book. Just want a book. Alright, we're missing that. So that means a trip down here. We can either kill the cows or we can go over to here. There should be a book in here. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what we're... So what enchants have we got right now? Well, 13 unbreaking, mending, efficiency 5, insight, soulbound, reach, multi-jump. Yeah, we've got quite a few. I think what we can do is just put a pause to this, because I don't think we need to do that right now. I think we've got quite a few different bits and pieces. So we've got ourselves a book. We're going to come back here, put one of these on top, take the osmium ingots out, and we should get our dictionary. There we go. Oh, does this need power? Huh. I can't remember how to work that. Alright, purification chamber. So what does it need? For a purification chamber, you put your ore in there and it's usually missing a gas of some sort. So you put that in there, and then the gas is what is needed. So we need to work out what gas that is. Mechanism. Alright, let's have a look. So the left shift and N. An advanced machine capable of processing ores into 3 clumps over this initial stage. Yeah, that's all well and good, but what do we need? I'm pretty sure we just need a separator. Is it a rotary condensator? No, I don't think it is. Chemical washer, chemical crystallizer. That's an ultimate machine. No. So there's a machine, and I think it might be... Yeah, so... Fluids, it's... something separator. No, nope. No. Let's split apart a gas. There's one that splits water. And I think that it uses hydrogen in this first one. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Where's hydrogen? Liquid starlight, steam. Alright, let's have a look at hydrogen, because I'm pretty sure there's hydrogen. Yeah, so electrolytic separator. So you need one of those, an electrolytic core, gold, iron, osmium. Gold, iron and osmium dust. Okay, so let's have a look at the gold. Let's get what, 8? Iron, we'll get 8 as well, and then osmium. And then we need a pure pulverizer. So a pulverizer will be the easiest machine to use in this case. It's just really simple. You know, these things just work. So what we'll do is we'll pulverize up the gold, we'll pulverize up all of this, and as I said, it won't take long, but we'll get that core. Once we've got the core, we can then obviously make a electrolytic separator. So we've got the rest of the stuff, so it's just the core that we need. And we don't really need to pulverize all the gold, I suppose. We just need to pulverize some at the moment. We need 1 iron ingot, because just to try and get this done quickly. 1 iron ingot or iron dust and 2 osmium. Alright, 2 osmium. We're going to leave those in there because we'll let them finish them off. Right, 2 of these. Let's get this basic machine done. So basically this machine will take water and split it into hydrogen and oxygen, and then I think it's the hydrogen that goes, no, it's the oxygen I think that goes one way, and then I don't know, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the actual mod. It's been a long time since I did level 3 or tier 2, I think it is tier 2, this one. Alright, let's get this bit built anyway. And then let's build this machine, and then we can work it out. So this one requires oxygen or hydrogen, purification chamber. So if we go right click on that, no, is it right click on that? Item to gas, osmium to liquid osmium. Purification chamber, there we are. Alright, it uses oxygen to purify the shards, and the shards come from yeah, see, these shards are made by this chemical injection chamber and that's hydrogen chloride. So we're going to need some hydrogen chloride at the same time to create those chunks. Let's just get this hooked up, because I know we're going to need this in the future anyway, because you can't not have this without it. Alright, so we'll put that down there. We'll need some fluid cables. We'll get rid of those. Shove that down there. Shove that in there, and that should... Right, so you can switch these to dumping excess, which is what we're going to do, so that the process continues to run. And then we need some gas pipes. So let's not worry about these pipes for Mekanism. I want to use the Mekanism pipes because there's lots of different types of Mekanism pipe. You have the item pipe, the gas pipe, the liquid pipe, and I'm pretty sure there we go. So you've got the universal cable, which is power. You've got the mechanical pipe, which is fluid. You've got one for gases, and so what we want is the one for gases. So we want the pressurized tube. So there's the pressurized tube. We've got the basic, the advanced, the elite, the ultimate. So the basic one is steel with glass. Okay, what's the next one up? I would say the advanced is the next one, which is a whole basics around that. So what we'll do is we'll create 8 of those, which is steel. There we go. Where did I put this? There's the steel. So steel, and then we've got that around one of those will give us 8 of these. Alright, and the mechanism, so let's have a look at mechanism. There is a configurator, that's it, which is one of those. So let's see about a configurator and see if we can maybe get one of those. I've got those two. I've got the sticks, obviously. The energy tablet. Okay, we can do energy. Energy tablet, and then that should charge up on my hotbar anyway. Perfect. Alright, let's go from this thing. So this thing is output blue, output cyan. So cyan and blue. So okay, we're going to have to break this because I put this in the wrong place. So we are going to put it here, and we are going to fill it from what? Underneath? Or can we fill it from the front? Input from the front, which is fine. So we'll do the input from the front. So we'll go here, and then obviously put our... Really? Now I put it too far back? Jesus. Right, let's put that down there. And then we'll put that down there. And then we will put that there to pull the water into this thing. We're going to dump excess. And we're going to take the oxygen, which is this side. So we're going to take the oxygen from this side and pump it over to here. And we're going to extract that. So take the configurator. Is there a mode for this thing? Yeah, there we are. So you see the mode being changed. I don't think it needs to be in... I mean, I'm going to go configure gases. No, that's sensitivity off. Let's go to wrench. Oh wow, cool. You can spin it. Alright. Alright, that's already going. Alright, perfect. And that's filling that up, and now it's making iron clumps. Perfect. So iron clumps are the first stage. So you've got iron clumps, which then get used in a crusher to create dirty iron dust. So now we need to make ourselves a crusher. Let's get some more of the steel. We'll pulverize some more of you, and we'll throw some more of you in there. So now we need a crusher. So we've got the purification, we now need a crusher. This is, again, same deal, we need one of those. We then need 2 buckets of lava, which we have 1 bucket in the system, so that's great. So let's get a bucket. Now remember, I said we would need fluids. Already got that there, so that's cool. So we'll put that one in there. Now we have ourselves a crusher. And what I'm going to do is I need some more energy things. So I need some more energy cables. I'm going to grab 10 more of those. And these energy cables are pretty decent in the fact that they will sort out a ton of energy. So we'll dump this one down here. We will auto eject on the right, which is here. So we just need to put auto eject on, and that will go into there. Now, because it was in my hotbar, it got a little bit of energy. So yeah, we'll go back up here. What should be happening is there we go. Yep. So these are our energy cables being produced, and none are produced at the moment. Alright, so we need a couple more energy cables, purely and simply because I've just run out. So yeah, that will be cool. But you can see the process that's just happening. You feed it oxygen, you feed it there, it then takes the clumps, puts them into dirty iron dust. Dirty iron dust then has to be in an enrichment chamber. So we need an enrichment chamber. So if we go back to obviously there, we're going to need an enrichment chamber, which is this one. Again, we need a basic steel casing. We're going to need that, and this is going to grab power from my inventory, and we're going to turn auto eject on, and boom, there you go. It's run out of power, but you get the idea. So that now will turn into normal. That will change the clumps into this. That will then put that into there. That will quite happily do this. Now the enrichment chamber, I'm pretty sure works anyway, so we should be good there. We just need some more energy cables. There we go, energy cables have been made. I'm pretty sure that means that our, there we go, right, we got 36, so we can build a new and improved power system. Okay, so what we've got, we have oxygen coming into here, enriching making the iron clumps. The iron clumps are then moving into the crusher to get crushed down to then make dirty iron dust. The iron dust is then coming into here to do that. We now need a smelter, so an energized smelter would be a good idea. So we'll grab yet another machine casing, grab this guy. Wow, I already had cables. Oh well. Yeah, grab this guy, shove him here. With this one we will turn auto eject on, which will then come into here. Now this one should spit out, if I've done it right, it should spit out iron ingots. So for every single iron, so we've got 22 in here at the moment, for every one we get 3 iron clumps. The iron clumps get made down into 1, so from one here to 3 to then 1 each, 1 each, 1 each. But because we've enriched it here 3 times, we get 3 ingots for every one now. Now going to the next tier requires a hell of a lot more stuff, which we will eventually do, but right now this should be very cool. And each one of these, so the first one obviously is the purification chamber. So the purification chamber can be upgraded to a purification factory. Now the purification factory we can do right now, actually. So if I put that in there and then go to, do I wait for that? No, I'm not going to wait for it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that up right now. Okay, so the purification factory can then be put in here, and we can take that out, and then when we put it back in place, we now have got 3 lots, and we can auto sort it, and we can, you know, do all the transport configs and stuff like that. We're going to need to obviously put auto eject on again, but now if we did get some iron, we can put the iron in here. Now with the auto sort, if you do that, it will automatically sort it so that it's spread evenly across the system. That will then feed into here. Now obviously we can take this, so if we take this out of the system, we can now go and upgrade this guy, which, what was there in there? So if we take the crusher, and there we go. Alright, so it's 2 of the basics and the crusher. So we can make a basic crushing factory, and if we go back into here, we can put those in there, because what we'll do is we'll upgrade these machines, put them in the right place. So we'll take that, and we'll take this one as well, and literally it's the same process with each one. You take that out, it becomes a factory. You take that one out, it also becomes a factory. So that's the belt of basic smeltering, and this one here will go there, so the enrichment factory. And again, you've got to go back in here and you've got to switch this back on, but it doesn't really matter. Also, switching that auto sort on is a godsend, because it does 3 things at once. And then obviously put the automatic eject on, and then put the smeltery factory down, and then auto eject on, and we should have an importer that goes into the side there. But as you can see, that's it. I mean, that literally is the system and how it works. Now that's going to be a problem because it's running out of oxygen, so we need to upgrade this guy with the upgrades, or put a couple of these in place. Yeah, so get a couple and run them all, and then just run oxygen into this little guy here. So yeah, that's it. So you feed it in one side, it goes through the other side and out the other side. Now there are more machines to put in the front to do other things, but you need a lot more equipment. But at least this way we are putting our machines to good use and making 3 times instead of 2 times. So we're trebling our ore instead of doubling it. And then while I've got some cardboard boxes, I'm going to cardboard box these guys up. Like so. We should be able to, so that's the basic smelting factory. That is the crushing factory. That is the enriching factory. And that is the purifying. Now it was purifying first, then enriching, right? I can't remember. We'll go and find out in a moment. So let's get rid of this glass, because this is where we're going to put it. So and it was purifying, wasn't it? Purifying first. Let's take that off. Yeah, so it's purifying first, then enriching. Yep. No. No. It wasn't enriching. Oops. So let's grab that back. It wasn't enriching. Enriching was the 3rd one. That one. And then crushing. Yeah, so crushing was there. Crushing there? Yeah, so you had that, crushing, enriching, smelting. Take the cardboard box off. Nice. Alright, cool. We will put some power lines under here. So 4 power lines, and then a flux plug. Or oh, I don't have a flux plug. So a flux thing, flux plug. Let's get one of those created. There we go. Flux plug on this end. Like, do we want to put it on the end? Yes, we do. We're going to put it on the end, and we'll select a network for Synet, which is fine. Alright, we have a cable network behind here, which is coming from that way. So if we grab, or make sure that we smash this to bits, should be here now. There we go. Right, so what we want to do is we want to grab some cable and then an exporter. So we want an exporter and we want some cable. There we go. And a couple of torches. So we'll take those as well. I want to keep this lit back here just to make sure no bad guys. Alright, so we've got the power in place. So these are all full. We then have the exporter go on that side, and then that should feed. That's the input left, so that's cool. So the input will come into there. Now this obviously requires oxygen to work, but we'll sort that out in a second. We've then got the cable coming this way, and then we will join it up here. Perfect. Alright, so now we will put our, we will take this, put that in there, and we will put, alright, that's coming out quite nicely. We need a stack upgrade in there, definitely, and a couple of speed upgrades. So we'll put 3 speed upgrades and a stack upgrade in there, and that will then cause that to be a lot quicker. We'll also put some more ore in here, because it doesn't have to be the same ore. We could actually take this off and have different ores processing at the same time, but I think what we'll do is we'll just keep this nice and simple and just have the iron going through there at the moment. We'll add the other ones at a point in time. The input needs to be from here as well. So if we take an importer and shove it there, what we will be able to do is obviously go down, but what I might do is actually put that on the back, because that will look a lot nicer on the back, I think. Let's get into the back. So we don't actually need these blocks at the back now. Alright, we'll put the importer on the back, and then the export will be no output. No, is it blue? Yeah, no, the output is blue. Auto eject is on. The output, yeah, so there we go. So what we should be able to do now is take this away and run the cable down here. One more? No, it was fine there. Like so, and then hook that up to the storage system, and when we go back upstairs, this thing should be clearing out. Yep, perfect. Alright, so that's now clearing out, which means that we will need a stack upgrade in this thing, which is nowhere to be found. However, I do believe I have some in my inventory, so we'll take the 3 speed upgrades and a stack upgrade, because this thing, when it's going at full pelt, will literally like eat stuff. Alright, so that's got power, it's got that. What is it missing? Power. Really? Oh, because the power is not configured for the bottom. Input purple, energy green on the bottom. That is the bottom. Come on. No, I don't want to. There's the energy. That should be it. Right? No? Maybe I used the wrong plug, because none of these seem to be having any energy. Energy is green. So this is a plug, right? So what does that mean? Plugs take from the network? Is that right? Provides energy to adjacent blocks actively, removing energy from your flux network. I'm using a plug when I should be using a point. Yeah. Alright, so stupidity reigns supreme. I need a flux thingy. I need one that provides energy to adjacent blocks actively, removing energy from your network. And I'm now missing flux dust. Alright, have I got anything in my inventory that has... What's this? Flux plug receives energy. That's a flux plug as well. Awesome. It's all fun and games. Let's steal this one. Like so. And then we've got all the machines working except for the first one. So what I will do is, you've seen that how I built the stuff downstairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of the machines to the back here, or down to the bottom here, so that we can generate some oxygen, which I will then feed to this machine, and then this lot will all keep working, and then we can work on some upgrades to get that sort of stuff running. And that literally is it. So we're at the wrapping up point. We've got our first basic ore tripling, and we will then move into ore quadrupling at some point, but I think tripling is a very good intermediary step so that we can get this stuff done. So yeah, that, as they say, is that. I have been Syntosis, you have been awesome. Latest.